Hi campers, Slurpee here. I'm in Mill Creek, Utah right now. Yay, that's fun. My role with Girl Scouts is I work at Camp Cloud Room in the summer. Last year I was the art program director, so most of y'all probably, if you saw me, I was in the art room. My favorite thing at camp, well, that's hard to pick. I love lots of things about camp, but I think my favorite thing is getting to teach you guys and help you learn and grow at camp. Alright, today I'm going to teach you how to do a painting. It is kind of a sciencey painting. It involves rubbing alcohol. I have 70%, that's probably going to work the best. I have my cup of water for the paint. I have black paint. And then you can choose whatever color paint you want to paint your canvas. I also have a canvas, an empty canvas. I have paintbrushes. And yeah, so let's get started. Your painting is going to look something like this when it's done. It's going to be really fun. So here we go. I'm going to pick some different colors. I'm going to do a rainbow. You guys can pick whatever color you want. It could just be one color. It could be multiple colors. I'm going to do a rainbow. I'm going to put some dots on my paper. Those are not dots. I realize that now. Okie dokie. The rainbow is red, orange, yellow, green, and blue. I had to mix up the blue because I only had dark blue. I had a paintbrush ready. There it is. And then purple. I'm going to take a big fat paintbrush. I'm going to get them a little bit wet. Going to make sure I get all the drips of water off the paintbrush. I'm going to dry it a little bit on the paper towel so it's not soaking wet. We don't want our paintbrush soaking wet because that waters down our paint a lot. But we did want it wet so that the paint doesn't stick to the paintbrush too much when you go to wash it. Now I'm going to take my paintbrush and I'm just going to paint all these awesome colors on here. You can get the edges if you have one of these canvases. Sometimes your canvas is just flat. Notice how I covered my table with newspaper? That way I don't make a giant mess on the table with the paint. I'm using acrylic paint and it doesn't come off very easily. Painting the canvas. Well, the purple didn't work very well, but that's okay. Alright. Our next thing that we're going to do is we're going to mix up some black paint. Well, you need this to dry, so you got to wait till it's completely dry. Oh, there's some paint over there. Don't be afraid to get a little messy. It's going to happen. So we're going to let that dry, but I was making this video for you guys, so I got one ready. This one's dry. It looks a little different. That's okay. Your next thing you're going to do is mix up some black paint. I'll show you guys what we're going to do here. We're going to take some black paint. You're going to put it, you can use a plate, a cup, whatever. I happen to have one of these awesome paint palettes with me. Then we're going to get some water, just a little bit. We just want to mix it up. It's going to be the consistency of watercolor. Some of y'all might have painted with watercolor before, I don't know. I'm going to mix it up, mix up that black in there. If you think you need more paint, get more paint. If you don't, then don't. But you want it to be the consistency of watercolor. You want to test it out on a corner of your paper. I'm going to get a different paintbrush. You can find these acrylic paints. They're at Walmart, any craft store. I found them at Walmart. They probably have them at Target. I'm going to paint just a small corner of my paper to test it out to make sure it was the right consistency first. So I'm going to spread it out like that. I'm going to get my rubbing alcohol, 70%. I'm going to dip my paintbrush in it. Some of y'all may have done Galaxy splatter pens. That's kind of what we're doing with the alcohol. Put it on our paintbrush, and we're going to tap it. Oh, look at that. It worked. I had the right consistency. Remember, watercolor consistency. Oh. So then your next step is to paint the whole entire canvas. I had mixed up some other black paint that was the right consistency beforehand. I'm going to paint my whole entire canvas with it. Painting the canvas. I painted my whole canvas with it, then I take my paintbrush that just disappeared. It was this one. Dip it back in the alcohol, and I splatter my painting. And it makes a rainbow! I hope you guys enjoyed that. You should be able to find all of these art supplies at a Walmart or any craft store. Thank you for joining me. Goodbye.